Good day. Today we are going to learn about rational inequalities. Our memory verse is found in Romans 2, verse 11. It says, "For God does not show favoritism." At the end of this lesson, you will be able to solve rational inequalities and solve problems involving rational inequalities. Please do the venture before proceeding to the lesson proper. Now we might ask, what is a rational inequality? A rational inequality is composed of rational expressions. Again, a rational expression has a numerator and a denominator that are both polynomials, combined with an inequality sign. These are some examples of rational inequalities. Now, how to solve rational inequalities? I just made the name of this method. And for this class, we'll call it the smooth method. Remember, in solving rational equations, we use the cram method. But for rational inequalities, we use the smooth method. S stands for single rational expression. Be sure that the rational expression, a single rational expression, is found on the left-hand side of the inequality, and 0 is on the right-hand side of the inequality. M, meaningful numbers. We need to solve the meaningful numbers by equating our numerator and denominator to 0. Substitute the value of each meaningful number to check if that meaningful number is part of the solution set or not. Next, use. Use the meaningful numbers in plotting the number line. For example, if your meaningful numbers are 5 and -3, you need to plot the number line, emphasizing on 5 and -3. If the meaningful number is part of the solution set, we shade the circle. But if it's not included, we do not shade the circle. T, test values. With two meaningful numbers, we divide the number line into 3 parts. We assign a test value before the first meaningful number, between the meaningful numbers, and after the second meaningful numbers. Then we substitute the test value to the inequality to determine if it's a part of the solution set or not. And the last one is E, express the answer in interval notation. In grade 7 and 8 mathematics, we are acquainted on when to use the parentheses and the brackets in writing symbols. For example, if it's negative infinity and positive infinity, a parenthesis will go with it. If there's an equal sign, then we use the brackets and parentheses for greater than and less than symbols. Let's try example number 1. Solve the inequality. Step 1, single rational expression. Based on this given expression, a single rational expression is found on the left and 0 on the right. So we are done with step 1. For step 2, there's no variable. So there's no meaningful number for the numerator. And if we take the numerator, we just have 1 is greater than 0. Next, please correct this. 1, there's no meaningful number, so there's no variable, and 1 is greater than 0. That makes it without the meaningful number. Next, for the denominator, we have x plus 1 is equal to 0. We transpose We have x equals negative 1. We substitute negative 1 to the equation. That's the original one. So with negative 1 plus 1 in the denominator, it becomes 0. So a denominator becomes undefined, and it makes the meaningful number false, or negative 1 is not part of the solution set. So we just made an unshaded circle. So our meaningful number, we only have one, negative 1. So we draw the number line. We have the number line, and since only negative 1 is a meaningful number, we draw a circle, but it's not part of the solution set, so we left it unshaded. Now we need to have two test values, before negative 1 and after negative 1. For example, we use negative 3 for this part. Then for this part, we use positive 3. If we substitute negative 3 to the original equation, we'll have 1 over negative 3 plus 1. That is 1 divided by negative 2. That's negative 1/2 is greater than 0. But this inequality is wrong, or it's false. The next one is 3 for the more than negative 1. So we say 1 over 3 plus 1, that's 1/4, is greater than 0. And this is true. The interval part with the true solution is the one after negative 1. So we go back to our number line. I'm sorry, this is a wrong shading. The shade must be from negative 1 up. Let me mark that one. From negative 1 up, since the true value is for this one. Again, the correct shading is from negative 1 going here with an arrow, since after negative 1 is the one with a true value. So we express it in infinity. We say parentheses. Why? Because it's an unshaded circle. Negative 1, comma, to positive infinity.